You may never have noticed it, but our planet is full of terrifying sounds. These thunderous shrieks are not perceptible in the great metropolises that mankind has built. But in those isolated places with almost no inhabitants, things are different. In fact, anyone who has explored the corners of Africa or the grasslands of Australia could confirm that the sounds of our planet can be very strange at times. However, there is no place as sonorous and mysterious as the Arctic. In this region of frozen wastelands, many researchers have detected strange and unknown noises. But it was a group of Eskimos who recently recorded one of the strangest events in recent years. Can a sound cause the animals to flee an area as if they feared for their lives? Stay tuned to discover it. Canada is one of those countries that is involved in many of the most important issues of our world, but no one really talks about it except for one thing: the eternal winter. Most of the world has a very clear image of this country, and of course, it is associated with cold. And it isn't just any cold, but the lowest temperatures on the planet. It is one of Siberia's main competitors in the terms of frozen wastelands, and its citizens have historically lived in an invisible and eternal war against the cruel cold. However, Canadians have adapted to its natural conditions to the point of making them part of their routines. Nevertheless, those who adapted the best to this lifestyle are the Eskimos. Eskimos is the common name given to the people who inhabit the Arctic regions of North America and Siberia. They speak their own language, have continued to develop their traditions, and have found their homes in the farthest corners of civilization. Even so, this does not imply that there is no contact between the Eskimos and the different governments of the planet. Although infrequent, there has been a constant dialogue between the two cultures. But how often does it occur to refer to a mysterious event such as the one that was recently recorded in the Arctic? Very rarely, that's for sure. One morning, a group of Eskimos was on one of the farthest trails from their tribe. They were coming from an expedition through the iciest trails on the planet when they noticed that the animals had a really strange behavior. They were all moving away from the sea with desperation. The men did not understand what caused this erratic behavior, but it did not take them long to discover the reason. Amidst the silence of the Arctic, a small echo grew louder and louder. It was a hollow, solid sound with a small beep that grew louder and louder until it became colossal. It could be a roar or an explosion, something powerful and terrifying that petrified the group of Eskimos. The area was completely empty, without a single animal. The sea was still, showing no movement. The sky was gray and snowless, but the sound continued to rage until it suddenly fell silent, with no one able to tell where it came from. Days later, a military patrol specialized in marine acoustics went to the area, attracted by the strange stories coming from the Eskimos and the call of Paul Quassa, the representative of the region in the Parliament of Canada. The authorities tried to understand the story from the beginning. The Eskimos were part of the Igloolik people, and during the whole month of October, they had been recording the strange behavior of the animals. But it was the day before when they managed to discover the real reason. The strange sound was heard by the tribes of the Fury and Hecla Straits, which were 2,700 kilometers north of Montreal, and the same situation was recorded in both places. The animals were escaping from their habitat as if they knew something that humans ignored. It was really strange, but there was no time to lose. All the Eskimo tribes seemed to agree on one thing, and that was that the origin of the noise came from the sea. Because of this, the authorities returned to their ship and patrolled the surrounding area. The ship's captain feared it might be a submarine spying on Canadian soil, or an unknown weapon. So they did a thorough search with their acoustic detectors, but to no avail. A couple of days later, the military sent an Aurora patrol plane equipped with a radar battery to make sure everything was under control, and the result was exactly the same. Not a single acoustic anomaly or presence on the surface or on the seabed. The report submitted by the Joint Task Force North, JTF North, commissioned by Josie Bilodeau, made it clear that there were no incidences, but certain peculiarities were recorded. For example, the animals of the area were nowhere to be found. And in the case of the sea, narwhals, bowhead whales, ringed seals, and bearded seals were also missing. It was as if the animals had decided to escape as a group, although no one could figure out from what or from whom. JTF North has not provided further details to the press in light of these developments, but has resumed investigations in the area due to these slight anomalies. A group of specialists has been sent to investigate the area in greater detail and depth. In addition, a couple of naval patrols specialized in acoustics have also been sent to inspect the areas that are closest to the source of the strange noise. Will they be able to find the creature responsible for the strange sound? Many believe that, rather, it will find them, as there is a theory that the sound can only be produced by a creepy being that is capable of terrifying animals. Is it really a sea beast that emits that desolate echo? Or is it a modern weapon used by a government that did not want to be found? Maybe one day we will find out, but for now, the animals have refused to return to their habitats, as they are still afraid of the mysterious Arctic sound that has scared them all away. If this story has only increased your desire to learn about the strange mysteries hidden in the corners of our planet, then we have the perfect content for you. Join us to explore the hidden places of the planet and discover the most terrifying and mysterious creatures that are out there, waiting for someone to make a mistake and fall into their clutches.